We got the tournament figured out for the NFL. Obviously, we're live at SoFi. This is fucking absurd. That thing is like an 8K LED
That
board.
thing's absurd.
It's ridiculous.
So big.
Massive. Yeah.
Look at the cables that hold it up.
I know.
Yeah, that can't fuck around.
No.
Imagine Sting coming down from those from the rafters. Yeah, I don't know how heavy this thing is. I assume it's just millions of pounds.
Yes.
Yeah, millions.
Just ready to kill anybody except for AJ Hawk because his head could take it.
Yep. He
Don't
might
you think,
lift it
AJ?
up,
Nah.
actually.
I think that'd take me out clean, cut my head right off.
All right.
No.
That's good to hear. All right, the tournament has been set for the NFL. Let's dive through it. We talked about the first game, Chargers, Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence, couple overthrows, okay? That seemingly has been his weakness. Whenever you play basketball with somebody, they normally have a miss. What's your miss? My miss, a little bit long. So that thing's going to come straight back at you. There's people that miss short. Seems like Trevor's miss is a little bit high. Now, in the playoffs, what does that mean? Especially with this Chargers team, the way they hunt. Will that come in and kick him square in the Duval nuts? Potentially. D-But, you've been on the Chargers since the beginning. You like them against this Jacksonville team?
I do, but Mike Williams obviously a huge piece of the team. They're different.
They said negative X-rays, right?
Yeah, different. But he also said he needed help after the game, getting out of there. That's not good. On
Lower
the
back.
short week. Yeah.
Everybody's probably going to pick the Chargers here just because nobody believes in the Jaguars.
1.5 is that line.
What is it?
1.5.
Oh shit.
Basically,
Love
pick them.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. Week to week, we don't know with the Chargers what you're going to get, I feel like.
Here's the one.
I love the Jags.
So do I.
Jacksonville, kind of soft.
Yeah, a little bit. He didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Jackson,
What was the deal?
primetime Saturday night, pal. Win and you're in. Division championship on the line.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I mean, I saw a couple things. You did some sweet stuff. I saw you do a belly flop, full shorts.
Yeah.
That means they came down on the thong.
Yeah,
Slap
they
on
did.
the wrist.
Yeah, I think it
that.
came down. Hey, excuse me. I know you're representing Florida with that whole thing you got going on, but that ain't the Jaguars. Jacksonville did his thing.
Yeah.
Now he's got a home playoff game.
That's right.
Yeah.
Home playoff
Talking about
game,
coming
that's
in from
wild.
the roof with Sting.
Good luck out there, Jackson.
Come on, Jackson.
Do something.
Now's your time.
But I do like that Jaguars team.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I like them a lot.
They will run the ball against the Chargers.
Yeah.
That's the Chargers' run D has
yeah.
been suspect all season long, and ETN, they will give him the ball as much as they need to.
Yeah, and Doug Peterson seems to have rallied the boys.
Absolutely.
You know, he said we got to get the trust back from the players. The players don't trust the coaches at all. I wonder why.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Who is that about?
Christian Kirk's been a dog too.
Yeah, he got that
Josh
bonus.
Allen off
he
the
got that
edge.
bonus
1,000
this
yard,
weekend.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
He got one of the bonuses. There was a bunch of
500K.
bonuses that were kind of reached at this weekend, I think. Chargers, Jags. I think we're all leaning. I kind of like the Jags.
I love
So
the
I-
Jags.
I'm still with the Chargers.
I like the Jags here,
Rock
too.
with 'em.
Honestly, I do.
Yeah, they're hot.
These are early reads. We will
Yeah.
get more updates throughout the week here as the
Yep.
tournament kicks off next weekend. Saturday and Sunday games. We made it.
Yeah, come on.
We did it.
We gotta
Let's
do
go.
it.
And Monday.
And a Monday night game between the Cowboys
And the Bucks.
and the Buccaneers on the NFC side. Let's stay on the AFC side. Ravens, Bengals, Lamar Jackson allegedly playing. Ian Rappaport says they're saying he's going to play. People that have seen Lamar around say probably not likely. What does that mean? We do not know. How bad's the limp? How bad's the injury? Is Lamar just going to go out there and tough it out because he's Lamar Jackson without receiving $230 million guaranteed like somebody in his own division already did who has accomplished much, much less. The Bengals seem to be rolling, though. Joey Burrow and the boys have it figured out. An AFC North rivalry is on the docket for weekend one. Can we put the tournament back up? Plus 34 hunch
Jeez.
They do not
is
think
the Baltimore
they're
Ravens. Bengals plus 750. Bengals plus 750, not a bad bet right now, especially with everything going on around the NFL. Ty Schmidt, your thoughts on Bengals Ravens, pal?
Even if Lamar, I guess if Lamar is 100% healthy, which none of these guys are going to be, I'd think differently. But I think even with Lamar, the Bengals are just playing too good right now. It's really tough watching the Ravens to be, in the mindset like, oh, these guys can beat anyone. I don't know if they can.
Darius, look how fucking good you look, dude.
I'm ready,
That's
man. I'm been in this
ridiculous.
suit for a long time today, so glad it's comfortable.
I brought a change of clothes, as did a couple others. Darius
too.
did not. But whenever you talk about that Ravens-Bengals game, congrats to the Bengals hosting a playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Another one.
Remember, there's coin toss conversation. The Bengals fan, hey,
Joe Mixon.
Nice celebration.
how much do I – it was a nice celebration. I feel like I put over Ohio Fox more anybody. Do I?
That's right.
I mean, yeah, in your own way.
That's the only thing I can do.
yeah.
Sure.
I am me. I have to do things in my own way.
Yeah.
What are we even talking about?
Come on.
What do you mean in your own way? You're trying to kind of subtly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
an
'cause
Ohio
it's a
fuck
backhand.
comment
You're
right
kinda
there.
underselling
Okay,
it.
cool. All right, good. Yeah, continue.
Oh, AJ's mad.
I think I put over Ohio people a lot. I try my best to,
Yeah.
honestly. the way the Bengals fans were acting last week with the rollout of everything that potentially was going to take, only if they lost to who's playing quarterback for the Ravens?
Anthony Brown Jr.
Okay, so if they lose to Anthony Brown Jr. and the Baltimore Ravens, what would have had to happen with the coin toss and all this stuff? And once again, we're in the middle of one of the scariest situations in NFL's history. Well, nobody was happy that took place. Most specifically, the Hamlin family was not happy that took place. But as an NFL family as a whole, we're like, all right, whatever takes place, whatever decision is made is obviously not going to be perfect, but we are nowhere near a perfect situation. The way the Bengals fans reacted to that whole thing,
wild.
I didn't think that was the Ohio fuck way. I didn't think it was. It was like, hey, obviously you can feel you're getting screwed. I think that's an Ohio fuck feeling. Pittsburgh people feel the same way. We're getting screwed. We're always getting screwed. Somebody else is. But with you guys were all there for that moment that happened with DeMar, and we thought the NFL did too much. Like so many, if this, then this, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing that. But if you guys beat the Ravens, it was over. Like it wasn't even really a convo anymore. You do. Your team's great.
Of course.
And now you guys just look like you were the ones that were bitching for no reason.
Still talked about it a little bit after the game, too.
Were they?
They said they would like to have a coin flip if they made it to the second round as well, something like that. But interesting, though.
Yeah, because Bills Bengals. I mean, they just assumed, hey.
We understand that it wasn't perfect. Like, we understand that. But also, like, what do you? You don't like that it happened?
No, I honestly, I didn't pay enough attention to how upset they were. I heard Katie Blackburn's comments, Joe Mix and all that. As far as like the fan base goes.
Zach Taylor.
It was ridiculous.
I was getting attacked because I said, what? That's what they're mad about?
Well, it's 7-3, too. Like, you think that game's over 8 minutes into the first quarter because they just assumed, hey, we won that game against Buffalo whether we kept playing or not. And that just wasn't the case whatsoever. Sorry, you can't,
We love the Bengals.
We love the Bengals.
We love the Bengals. We got your fucking indoor facility because of how much we love the Bengals. You guys got a business on your stadium.
Yeah.
You're doing business.
Trying to tell you what to do to make your place better.
We love the Bengals.
And
I thought that was a bad look.
So they were worried that something unprecedented would happen, and then they could never go back, right? Like they're saying,
they're upset because they got
they're
screwed.
trying by the rules though. This shouldn't happen until. Yeah, I agree. It's a bad look. You shouldn't do that. I didn't understand the complete outrage from I didn't understand how much the fans got into it.
Oh, they were fucking pissed.
Big time.
Still are. Because if they go, they won't. They don't get the home game.
Yeah, it's tough. Read the room. You got to read the room there. I think.
I agree though.
Went a long time.
It's not great that this happened to the Bengals.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Bengals could have won that game against the Bills. Maybe should have with how they're playing.
Yeah.
Hey, the Bengals are playing unbelievable
Yeah,
right
they're
now.
rolling.
But, man, just 2 days after the whole thing, you guys, that was.
Let it go.
I thought we all agreed, like, hey, we're just moving on. And to your point about waiting a long time for a team to be good, how about the Bills 2020 or with no fans? They were fucking at a home game.
Yep.
Haven't done that since, like, the 90s or whatever. I mean, it has not been cool or fair what has happened to a lot of places. But the Bengals fans, the way they acted, I did not expect that. Like, hey, you were there for it. It was literally in your stadium.
It makes no sense.
It was scary as shit. But once again, we wish you guys would have been treated more fairly.
Yep, sure.
Got an opportunity to win an easy game here in the division. You already won it just a couple days ago. Maybe Lamar's back. You move on to the next round. Now, we get pissed off about that, potentially. But let's please remember, we thought a dude died on prime time.
Yeah. Very scary.
In the middle of this all, so it might affect how things are just supposed to go. I guess there was a rule written that Zach Taylor and Joe Mixon both put out there.
Yep.
This has already been prepared for. This is it. This is it. Was that rule created for and I know the world has this problem about when rules were created and what life is like now.
Sure.
2022, 2023, that's a constant battle. But when that rule was made for the NFL, which is crazy that they had lawyers somewhere saw that coming, basically. Did it say like the number 2 and number 3 seeds with the number 1 seed on the line, week 17, only 1 week
Prime
left.
time.
In prime time, the whole world saw it. There's so many more things to it that I just don't think I don't think the Bengals fans were like the Bengals fans there for a couple of days. But nonetheless, congrats, it seems like, from our set.
Absolutely.
On a big-time win in the playoffs here.
Keep going.
In
And a big championship window, too, about Burrow after the game.
Yeah.
Hey, the window is my whole career.
Yes.
Fucking
Beast.
dog.
Dude, sunglasses,
Fucking
shirt,
dog.
stug, just walking around.
Dog.
Do you want to hit in your window or whatever? Yeah. Do you want to hit in your window? Whole fucking career's a window. What are you? What are we even talking
Clowns.
about? He knows he's there, and he
Oh,
should.
yeah.
He is cerebral. He's tough. He's an Ohio fuck.
Right.
And he has accuracy that you just can't teach. And I think that might be one. Now, brain, obviously, Joe Burrow is a killer.
That's right.
He's
Stone
an
cold.
absolute
Dog.
I mean, he has been, always has been, is the guy. But he's also so accurate.
Yeah.
so cool all the time. He's the perfect guy. There's no reason for him not to say, Windows the whole goddamn career. What do you want? Might have 2 or 3 more sponsors on the stadium by the time I'm here, and they're going to have to do that to pay me because this window is – that is the coolest dude in the NFL right now.
Holy shit.
That is the coolest dude in the NFL right now. Nobody else has sunglasses on. He found them. Immediately pawned that. Let me get these glasses. I got this championship hat on and this shirt. Here's the stug. We're in my window. Why? Because I fucking exist. I love that guy. Love everything about him. AFC North in trouble for a long time.
For that game. So they're playing each other back-to-back weeks. How weird is that? But also, I didn't know about that. Ian brought up Alex Kappa. So if they lose Kappa and they lost Lyle Collins for the year, now they're back to that situation like, holy fuck, our O-line is an issue again for this playoff run.
Let's remember last playoff run, they were able to win without protecting.
9 sacks
and on the road.
First week against the Titans.
9-7, and then
quite a bit.
I think 8 again in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So like they've been there. Like they've gone on the road. That's why I don't get the Bengals fans. It's like, hey, last year you went and you won.
Well, they weren't able to host it, I guess.
For sure, but they're still the 3 seed. Like the expectation is you're going to go on the road no matter what.
To your point, there is fucking Paycor.
Yep.
Oh.
Prime time. All those Ohio fucks. You know, because Ohio State, non-college football playoff.
Exactly.
right.
That season's over.
So all the energy.
Yep.
100% into.
Being sucked up by the Bengals.
That's right.
Not the Browns. They're out.
No.
That team
And fired
stinks.
their D coordinator.
They did.
Yeah.
DeShaun Watson, I think they were treating this season as like preseason for him.
Yeah.
Kind of get the rust off from 2 years of not doing any football activity. Actually wearing a jersey. Staring at football activity, choosing not to do it whenever you're with Houston, then another year, and then everything else going on off the field that is much more serious than football and huge. I had questions on whether or not he was just going to be able to get dropped back into football and just be great. I think he's shown glimpses of being good at football.
For sure.
They were just treating this year as a fucking preseason. It felt like that was the decision that was made, and I assume Jacoby knows that. But he has not played football that makes you think that guy's going to win Super Bowl.
No, he made a couple throws to Amari Cooper last week. He stunk yesterday, but I mean that's against the defense. That's 8-2 with T.J. Watt when he's on the field. So
let's go to the next game here in the AFC playoff picture. The Miami Dolphins, who are reeling, take on the Buffalo Bills, who are the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen dropped one in a bucket to Stephon Diggs yesterday in the fourth quarter, I believe. Or third quarter or fourth quarter, whatever it was, to extend the lead big time against the Patriots. That as soon as you saw it, you said, man, it must be fun to have that fucking guy on a team. We were watching your team kind of be in it for a half, and Connor was having a blast during that first half.
Great time.
Because although they were taking happiness away from DeMar Hamlin, who was flexing from the hospital, putting out tweets from the hospital, just 6 days removed from us seeing him pass away on a football field, all the way back, motivating the boys to take on division rival Patriots in the Bildo Buffalo Bills game in the closing finale that the Bills had to win.
Yeah. Had to.
It was close early. 2 kickoffs taken to the crib by Nyheim Hines. When Nyheim Hines was traded by the Indianapolis Colts to the Buffalo Bills, and Brandon Beane came on the show, I said, Brandon Beane, fuck off for taking this guy from our team. He laughed and said, respectfully, I appreciate the fuck off. We think this guy's going to be a weapon for our team, not only on the offense, but in the return game. This man has been quoted as saying, if I die, I die, before getting a kickoff or punt return. And in week 18, game 17 against the daunting New England Patriots, Nyheim Hines said, hello, Buffalo. This is what you have on the roster. Congrats to Nyheim. Congrats to the Bills. You had no chance of winning yesterday.
No chance.
But let alone 2 kickoff returns taken to the house, which Nyheim said DeMar had been telling him since the day he got there. You guys were working against a lot last night or yesterday, but you felt good for a large portion of it. What do you see from this Bills team, Connor?
I mean, you're always in it as, a Patriots fan with that defense, but watching that kickoff return to start the game after what happened last week, like, even as a Patriots fan, that was unbelievable. Like, chills as you're watching that happen, opening kickoff. You really couldn't write it any better. And when you're thinking about the Bills, you do have a, team of destiny type feel with Buffalo. They're the 2 seed. This is their year. You mentioned Josh Allen. He can make every goddamn throw, especially back foot 50-yard line bucket.
A couple of turnovers.
Yeah,
now.
a
couple of them, yeah, but
I mean, that red zone.
They make no matter what, they
Take
make
the field goal,
plays.
Josh.
Their defense is great. Nyheim Hines is now coming alive. They got 2 running backs. They got the stable. Diggs is a dog. Like it really does feel as though no matter what, the Bills are going to go.
Bills win the Super Bowl, AJ Hawk?
I mean, On the AFC, I got to look at them serious. I know the whole team of destiny thing.
You got to look at them
All
serious.
that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take them serious.
Don't write them off.
I'm not going to crown them.
Do we have a ticker?
The Chiefs.
I doubt it.
To me, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. I always worry about the Chiefs if I'm the Buffalo Bills. So I love what the Chiefs are able to do. I love how creative they were yesterday, everything they're doing to freak people out. Nick sent me a text when the Chiefs did their little merry-go-round situation and wondering how upset I would be if I was a defense and a team did that to me. I'd have to shake their hand and say, great job.
Experience. Let's dive back into this playoff picture for the Lombardi boys.
Come on.
We've been waiting 18 weeks for this.
We're
We're in training camp for this. We went through an entire season of storylines and ups and downs and who's going to make it, who's not going to make it to get to this point in the NFC. The Dallas Cowboys, who had the capability of potentially being the number 1 overall seed if some things went their way. Instead, they get their asses beat by the Commanders. And Dak Prescott had his worst game to date, 14 completions out of 37 attempts. He's looked like absolute trash. The defense got beat by Sam Howell in the Washington Commanders. They will take on the Bucs, who have looked even worse somehow in a battle of shits on Monday Night Football. D-But, what's early read on how this game will go?
I like the Bucs right now, man. You know, I like the Bucs right now. I do. You know, they picked up a little bit late. Brady got hot. Brady just broke another completion record, back-to-back years now. And like you said, that Dallas, Dak looked terrible, 14-37. That defense, they live on turnovers, but Gardner Minshew, who was the quarterback yesterday? The last 3 weeks.
Sam Howell.
The last 3 weeks, they gave up like 1,100 yards passing. Not a good look.
AJ, what's up with your Cowboys, dude? Big Mike eats adversity for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and maybe a midnight snack. Seems like he's going to be staring down a lot of it if they can't win. They've kind of crumbled down the stretch. Why is their best football happening, or worst football happening when the best football is supposed to be happening?
Yeah, I don't know that. You want the exact opposite of what they have done right now. You don't want to go to the playoffs feeling like, hey, we don't know who we are. We don't know what our identity is. I mean, they better come out of the gates hot against Tampa Bay. They do not want to let Tampa Bay jump up to like a 14-0 lead on them or something as they're testing out the audio equipment here today.
It is good
like
time.
Buddy the Elf. Like Buddy the Elf.
Anyways, they got a good draw playing against the shit-ass Buccaneers. And I know Byron Leftwich said everybody's talking real ill of us right now or whatever. He's talking about them showing up.
Us against the world.
I like the chip on the shoulder thing, but you got Tom Brady. What's his future look like? We don't know.
No.
Will we learn more as we go? Definitely, especially if they lose to the Cowboys on Monday night. But this whole Tom Brady Buccaneers saga, I think is going to end quick, abrupt, and ugly. I don't think it's going to be good.
Where's he going? Kind of like New England. Like in New England, we had no idea that was his last game.
Pick six.
Then boom. Exactly. Against the Titans, boom, he's gone. And when you think about the Bucs, sure, they kind of figured it out. They're down 21-10 against the Panthers, and then they barely score 30 points to come back and win. And then they go to overtime against Trace McSorley. Bucs have not figured it out, I don't think. You got to love the Cowboys and adversity in Dak.
I think so, too.
Rematch from week 1 when Tampa, that was the last time Tampa looked like Tampa. They fucking put it on Dallas in week 1. That was like the last time Tampa looked like how they were supposed to look this year.
Which quarterback on that whole NFC side, do you really trust
so
in the playoffs?
So I like Jalen Hurts. He played, right?
Yep.
Jalen Hurts just played yesterday. They made it look easy, too. That shit that we've been talking about on In the Trenches all year with Jalen Hurts, where every single time they do that handoff, there has to be a safety that has to kind of bubble over the top. So naturally, if you have any, which they do have an incredibly sophisticated scheme that moves people and gets leverage, him just being a part of the lineup makes everything better. Let alone the fact he's been on point. I like the Eagles a lot if Jalen Hurts is playing. I said that last week. And I'll say that again. That's not absurd. Obviously, they're the fucking number 1 seed in the NFC. But I think that's a quarterback that could go, has shown up in the big moments, has been in these types of big moments before, has it all figured out. Sirianni has certainly helped him. I like him. And then if you go to this next game, I mean, Bucs-Cowboys, that's a shit game.
Yeah, shit show.
And, that's Monday Night Football.
Forcing people to watch.
But, hey, why not get hot now?
Makes sense.
Why not the Cowboys go back to their run game? They had 3 Hall of Famers playing on their offensive line just yesterday.
Yes.
And they weren't able to do shit in the run game. I don't know why that has happened, but if they can get back to that pounding the rock, and Dan, what's his last name?
Quinn.
Dan Quinn
D coordinator,
can somehow get the D coordinator or the defense to play playoff-winning football, which is signed and everything like that. Maybe the Cowboys can get hot against a Tom Brady-led team, but I don't know if the Bucs are going to do that. I don't think the Bucs are going to be able to do that.
No, I think if you look at the NFC, it's kind of crazy to say, but I think Brock Purdy might be the number 2 guy I trust the most. Because he understands what he has around him. Like all these other guys, like I don't think we're going to see Brock Purdy go out there and be 14 of 37 with 2 picks. Like he's not going to do that shit.
Let's go to Brock Purdy's game then against the Seahawks down there with Geno Smith taking over. Now, they benefited from the Lions.
Yes.
Yeah. Bingo.
The Lions get the Seahawks in there.
Yep.
I think the Seahawks actually put out a tweet like one pride or whatever the hell the Lions are. Geno Smith can play ball, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, granted, that Niners team, I got to see the last time these two played against each other. Obviously, NFC West matchup. I was in the building in Seattle. Got to watch it. The Niners are just so fast.
Unbelievable.
So fast. So quick. And Purdy is Brock Purdy. Mr. Irrelevant. Going to be a rookie starting quarterback in the fucking NFL Super Bowl?
Massive chance.
Feels like there's a good chance for that right now.
Like when you look at that side, like I mean, on the AFC with Josh Allen and
George Kittle's
and
had like
Mahomes
6 touchdowns in the
So
last
many.
4 weeks.
Debo's back in the fold now. Debo Samuel.
and they're not going to ask him to do too much. They just get the ball in the playmaker's hands. Like there's no reason why the Niners.
Well, isn't everybody just penciling the NFC Championship Niners Eagles like that's what it is?
It's hard not to do that whenever you get to the playoffs because we've already seen 17 games of these teams. They're seeded the way they're seeded for a reason. This is how we've watched them play. But to everybody else's point, the Bengals last year.
Exactly.
Came in and kind of flipped everything on its head. I guess every team could do that.
Is it possible, I guess, if someone wants to beat the Niners, you're hoping that Brock Purdy has that bad game? Like, hey, does he have a stumble?
How does he, though?
And if he does, you're right, they're not going to give him – he doesn't have enough opportunities to have a terrible game, I guess.
And then if not, he's just got to do a couple of things. And ever since he was in high school, and he told Nick Saban this, well, Nick Saban tried to tell him, and he said,
Coach.
Nick Saban said, we got to work on your accuracy. We got to work on, all right, we got to work on this or whatever. And Purdy said, this fucking guy doesn't even know football. Maybe the most accurate human of all time. Whenever you got that offense that relies upon timing and accuracy, it's almost like he's in the perfect offense for Brock Purdy.
Absolutely. And, like, you look at the scheme, half the time he's throwing to guys who are, wide open with Ayuk and Kittle. And even just looking at that playoffs, for sure you can say Eagles, Niners. You can also say Chiefs, Bills. Is this the first time every single team has already played each other in the same season? Because every team on this board in this first round has already played during the regular season this year.
Let's wrap up the last game of the NFC side, the Giants and the Vikings. Now,
that one was close.
Love the G-Man.
That was a 61-yard field goal is what ended that one the last time they played. Greg Joseph hit a bomb and a whiteout that was happening in Minnesota. The Giants and Dabo, I love everything they're about. I don't think they're expecting to go on a run here. I think Giants fans are just excited about the future. And Dabo in his first year obviously makes the playoffs. Also, Doug Peterson, first year, makes the playoffs. McDaniel, first year, makes the playoffs.
KOC.
Kevin O'Connell, the Vikings, first year, makes the playoffs. I mean, there's a lot of
Todd Bowles.
with the Bowles, Todd Bowles.
Holy shit.
I mean, there's a lot of first-year head coaches that have made it to the playoffs. Feels like there's a lot of first-year head coaches that are going to get kind of moved out early. But if you're the Giants or the Vikings, you got to be ecstatic at where you're sitting right now, AJ.
You are this game. I'm not really sure if I had to pick right now. Giants, Vikings. Where are you leaning right now?
I'm leaning Vikings strictly because they've been good to our show.
I are, but they're so hit or miss.
That's true.
They're kind of hit or miss though with the
Very.
Vikings, I guess. So, but I guess if I had to lean away, I'd lean Vikings right now. But man,
Giants could win
I
that
like
game.
what the Giants
Exactly.
do.
I love
the
the
Giants can easily
Rested.
grind out like one of the Giants, a Giants win, like a Brian Dable type win.
Fresh Saquon.
When Dan Jones is on.
playing hot.
I mean, Dan, look at this guy.
That guy's awesome.
You kidding me?
I do think he has the body type of somebody that's very relatable. You know what I mean? You see that guy, you think, that's my uncle that's coaching the Giants. That's a guy who has risen the ranks of football while still being able to be relatable, drinking beers, eating pizza, and wings. And then is that DoorDash some sandwiches? You got it. I love everything Dabo and Wink have done for the Giants team this year, the culture this year. They got to be ecstatic.